Hello everyone, my name is Capp, and welcome back to the channel. Another 7 Days to Die video. Doing all this in Alpha 16.4 on the PC, just in case Alpha 17 changes some things, or if you're playing on console and it works a little differently, that might be where it's at. Now, you may notice I slowed down my introduction because I've had a lot of people asking me what my name actually is, since I always say Capp, and people think I'm saying captain, like I'm in control of a ship or something. So no, I'm saying my name is Capp, and welcome back to the channel. So, just want to clarify that for all the people out there that are like, what in the hell is your actual name? So, I had a test that I was going to work out here, and that is going to be on my good buddy Carl over here, the cop. We all know he's a little bit hostile, a little bit volatile, and can just be blown to pieces, and we have our lovely assistant Sylvia here as well. She's going to be helping Carl out back there. Okay, so I had a couple different people asking me over time and stuff about cops and what they can do. And one of the things you want to know is, like, when a cop vomits, can it hurt other zombies? Now, I've done tests in the past on seeing how far a cop can actually vomit and if it can actually hurt ground. I've tested several things when it comes to the cops, but I've never tested if it can hurt another zombie or not. So we're going to test that out. So we're going to try and do this. Let me see. I am going to have myself in God mode just so I can get this done properly without... No, I don't want to fly. I just want to stay in God mode. Just so I can see if she takes any damage when he starts spitting at me. So I'm just going to walk backwards slowly, lead him this way, and hopefully he'll vomit at me. And then I have a couple of things I want to test too. So what I'm going to be doing is using the LE command, so it'll list all the entities. You can see right now the nurse has 150 health. So we're going to turn the AI back on here, get him to kind of come towards me, trying to keep it in line of sight. Here he goes, here he goes. Oh, perfect hit. Perfect hit. Oh, that was directly in the back. She took that well. All right, let's see if she took any damage. Let's see where she's on me. Nurse 150. Okay, there you go. She took a direct shot in the back of the head and did not take a single point of damage. So, for the people wondering if zombies, zombie cops, if they vomit, if it can hurt other zombies, no, they cannot. The nurse is one of the weaker of the zombies out there. It was a perfectly direct hit in the back, and she's still standing and still doing her thing. So, that myth is absolutely busted. So, thank you, Sylvia and Carl, and we'll move on to the next test. Okay, so the next part of the test goes back to something I tested in Alpha 15, and that was when a cop actually explodes that he doesn't do damage, or if he does, it's not much damage at all, to dirt blocks. And the reason why is because one of the recent videos I did, I had showed this underground hatch, and people were saying, like, well, what if when you're underground, a cop shows up and he blows up? Now, he could do damage to the wood here, of course, but I just put that around the plates. If I was actually going to be hiding, be down here. So they're like, well, what if a cop blows up in the middle of the night and decides to let all the zombies into your base? So what I'm going to do is I have him just kind of sitting over here, have him chilled. I'm going to shoot him until he blows up. We're going to see if he does any damage. Now, if you have a hoe and you have any dirt fragments there, you can actually see if any ground needs to be repaired. You can see right now, he's making all kinds of gross noises. You can see right now all the ground is good to go around him. There's not any damage to it. So we're going to see if when he explodes, if he'll actually do any damage to the ground. And then we're going to do a little bit of a modification from that. So he's going to stagger backwards. Let me see if I can get him back over here. Okay, got to make sure he actually explodes and I don't kill him. Go back that way. Oh, you staggered the wrong way. Okay, here he goes. Boom! Head fountain, baby. Okay, so he blew up right here. This is where his corpse is. Let's see if he did any damage to the grass around him. There is nothing to indicate that he did any damage at all to this. So it didn't change from Alpha 15. When I was showing that you could use just regular dirt and build a wall, and if the cops exploded next to it, it didn't do any damage to it. Now, of course, if they vomit on it, it's going to just wipe it out, but when they explode, it doesn't do any damage to the dirt. So if you had an underground bunker, and the cops decided to just lose their mind and explode, that they would be able to blow a hole in the top of your base. But as you can see, that is not the case. So we're going to do something just a little bit different. Let me get my shovel here. Okay, so we're going to see if this will actually work out. I may have to do a slight little adjustment here. Let's just get him. Oh, perfect. Okay, so what I wanted to do is get him inside an actual hole now and see. So he's just one block down, but he's in actual dirt, and I'm going to see if I can get him to explode. You know what? Let me see if I can get him to go one more down. There you go. Okay, I need you to just stay right there. That way he's a little bit inside the ground, and this way I can kind of see if he's doing any damage to the dirt around him. You see right now it's all pretty much good to go except for the holes he's in. So put a couple more rounds into him, get him to explode, and see if he'll do any damage to the ground when he's inside the dirt. So assuming that your underground bunker takes a little bit of damage and he gets down one level, if he can cause a bunch of explosions and get all the way down to the bedrock. Come on, one more good shot maybe? Okay, here he goes. Heartbeat. And pop goes a weasel. I like the little farting sound it makes there. Alright, so let's get our hoe here and see if it did any damage. Okay, so we'll get down in the hole with him. And see, okay, it took one little notch of damage right over there. It took, looks like 10 damage on it. But as far as like the rest of it going on around here, that's kind of it. That's absolutely it. And so I kind of want to test it to make sure that it wasn't damaged, because I didn't go down in here and look and stuff beforehand. So, okay. So there's one little spot down. Where'd it go? Right there. Okay, so we got this all nice, and I think it's all repaired, and it's kind of hard to tell because the way it does the angling and stuff here. So we're going to test that one more time just to make sure that it's all good in the hood, and see if when he blows up, if he will take any damage to the dirt, or sorry, if when it blows up, if he'll do any damage to the dirt. So let's get him all nice and unhappy, because I'm kind of curious as whether... Oh crap, he's already about to blow up. Boomskis. Okay, so he didn't do any more damage to the dirt. What I was trying to figure out is if when I was shooting the dirt, if I was doing anything to it or not. But I'm looking around here, and you can see that it didn't do any actual damage. I'm thinking the little bit of damage I did earlier was from the actual shotgun and not his actual explosion here. Because you can see the hole isn't any bigger than when it was dug out. It has kind of a nice little charred look to it where he exploded, but it didn't do any additional damage to it. So for the people that stand, it's like, okay, well, what if the cop just keeps blowing up and digging all the way down, etc.? Just from my testing right here, I'm seeing no indicator that he's doing any damage to dirt whatsoever. Now, again, if he decides to blow up on top of wood or your little door or something like here, he will do a whole lot of damage to it. But as far as dirt goes, it looks like you're going to be pretty safe if you have just a layer of dirt over the top of your base. Alright, and for the last test what I'm going to do is I got Carl and Sylvia down in a hole here, and I'm going to shoot him with the pistol just enough time to get him to explode, use it for a little bit better accuracy than the shotgun, and to see if he does any damage to her, to see if both of them dying, or what happens if it causes any more damage. So in the, in the event that he decides to blow up at the top of your little underground bunker, if he's going to let the zombies in. So, see if I can just hit him long enough just to get him going into rampage mode and see what he does to Sylvia. She's not taking any damage. The hole doesn't have any damage. So just kind of trying to get him to go over the edge. Let's see. I don't want to actually shoot her. There we go. Alright. So let's see what he does to both of them. That was a really dramatic jump out of the hole. Okay, so clearly he was able to kill her with his actual explosion. Now, okay, let's go back over to the hoe here and see. Oh, she's going to get... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to push you back down in there. But let's see. Okay, so both of them dying did not do any damage to the dirt itself. I mean, she lost an arm, and I think it broke her neck. She's kind of ragdolling around there. Poor Sylvia. She sure does work hard for this company. But other than that, I'm not seeing any indicators that the cops' explosions are causing damage to the dirt, which could cause problems in your underground bunker. So hopefully this will actually help you out. Like I said, Alpha 17 is, probably within the next month away or whatever, and some of this could change. If it does, then I'll retest it and see how it works out. But in the meantime, this one's pretty much busted that cops' explosion are going to do any damage to the dirt and be able to get the zombies down in the bunker with you. So, if you have any additional questions or comments or concerns about maybe I didn't do something right, drop it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, let me know as well, too. And also be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.